What's going on, everybody? Joseph Robert here, the Fantasy Football Counselor. I've got an exciting video here. We're doing a 12-round PPR mock draft, and we are going 7th pick. On the line here, everybody, I've got Jimmy Maverick. And the advantage of having Jimmy here is he's created a super cool tool. Scrap the draft kits and the cheat sheets. He's got a super cool tool that's going to give you a massive advantage for your draft. So, again, we're going to be doing the mock draft. We're going to be going back and forth through the tabs, referencing his tool. I want to introduce Jimmy Maverick here as we go through this draft, and I want to give you every advantage I can to dominate your leagues. This tool is one of them. What's going on, Jimmy?
Hey there, Joseph. How you doing, man? I am pumped for fantasy football this season. We are. My teams are going to be so good. I can't even believe how good they're going to be.
So
and they're going to be good because of my app. And what it is this is an app that you can get on your any device with a browser can access my app. It's at ffmaverick.com. It's called My Perfect Fantasy Draft. I'm going to show you how easy it is. We got a couple of minutes before the draft starts here.
Let's get set up.
When you go into the app, it's going to ask you 3 questions, all right? Now, the first question is, how does your league score points? We're doing a PPR draft today, so we're going to go with that. Second question is, do you want to engage Jimmy's recommended player filters? Now, this app contains over 30 different filters that you can do that you could use to slice and dice your list however you want to remove those high-risk players that are going to ruin your team, right? You want to get them off your list so you only focus on the ones that you want to target.
Right.
So if you don't know what filters to use, you just select yes. Just use Jimmy's recommended filters. I'll take off some of the highest risk ones for you, and you can look at the filters later on. Third thing is enter draft mode. So we're going to put in what's the size of your league. We're doing a 12-team league right now. What's our draft position? Are we 7th or 8th?
7th.
7th. There we go. All right. So we'll go ahead and we're going to enter draft mode. Let's jump back, see how they're doing here. Oh, we still got time before they're going to start.
We still got time. We are going 7th. So essentially, everybody, take a look here. This is your ADP. What the draft gives you is just ADP. Jimmy goes a step above. Show us your cheat sheet there. Your algorithm.
Yeah. So one of the things that I really do on this list is I really focus on when are players coming off the draft board. I want to give you the most accurate idea as to when a player is going off the draft board, so that way you know when you have to track them. Oh, there we go. We're starting up right now. So on my app here, you'll see that we have all these little tabs with numbers on them. This is each round of your draft. And what it's going to do is when you click on one, it's going to show you all the players between that pick and your next pick of the draft. But instead of being sorted by their draft position, they're sorted by their value. So the highest value players are at the top of the list. That's what you want. You want value when you're drafting. So we're just going to look here. This is probably going to go a little slow until they get to us. People always overthink these first
They're taking
picks.
their time here. They're thinking about that first pick.
Right. And of course, for me, Alvin Kamara is at the very top of the list for me, but his draft position is 6. He's probably not going to be there. But we can look at who else might be available. Let's see. We got Julio. It very much likes Julio. Michael Thomas. Melvin Gordon, actually, it is recommending his value is 10th. And, of course, Melvin will not be there by the time our second pick rolls around. So what do you think?
I like Zeke in the first round, to be honest with you. You got him a little bit lower than I'd like, but I mean, I'm a little crazy though. I totally do crazy picks. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I'm a big gambler.
But I don't think Zeke's going to be available. Zeke's going to be gone by the time he gets to us, man. He's not going to make it to 7. If he does, we'll be very happy.
He's gone. He's gone already. But
yeah,
7th,
he's already gone.
I'm looking at guys like hopefully Saquon Barkley will be there. You know what I mean? I like him.
Well, look, I like the fact that Antonio's still sitting on there too. So I think Antonio and Saquon gives us good value, right? If we jump back to my app here, Saquon gives us 12th value, which for me I'm totally cool with that based on the draft position, right? So let's see who we end up with. Who are we lucky enough to end up with?
I like Saquon. I want to secure that solid running back with minimal committee. I do like Saquon a lot, so hopefully we do end up getting him. Let's go with him at number 7. I get that question all the time. It's like, what do you do if you go 7th? You know what I mean? Saquon's there. Always try to secure that solid running back with minimal committee. That's kind of my attitude. I don't know if you agree with that first round.
Oh, we are lucky. Look at that. We got Saquon, so we will go ahead and we will take him. All right, so we've selected our players, so that's great. We are on the board here now. to tell you the truth, I probably would have selected Melvin Gordon over Saquon just because I know his role, and I know that I think he's going to be a stronger play this year because I think the Chargers are going to be a better offense. But Saquon is totally fine. I'm totally good with that. So let's go to round 2, and let's look at our pool of players that we get to pick from in round 2. So what we're doing is here's all the players again listed, but from the second pick to your third pick, again, sorted by value. Now, Michael Thomas may or may not be available because his draft position is 16th, but Michael Thomas is certainly the top choice there. When you look at that list, Joseph, who do you like the most when you're looking at that?
I'm really liking Davante Adams. According to my Cuddy system, he fits it. He's got Aaron Rodgers throwing to him, durable. I'm liking Davante Adams. As you can see, I love your outlook on him. 5-star rating, as you guys can all see. He's rated him 5 stars here, and with good reason.
Oh, you suddenly cut out. I'm not hearing you.
I'm back. We're back here. Yeah, we're here.
So, yeah, I like Davante Adams as well this year, man. He's the only guy that's gotten, 10 touchdowns in each of the past 3 seasons, I want to say.
Yeah.
But I know it's at least the past 2 seasons. Certainly he's a solid choice, and he will most definitely be available by the time we come around here. So let's take a look. So we're closing in. We're still about 4 picks away. So how do I come up with this outlook rating, Joseph? This year I actually made a change.
What's your criteria?
Well, what it is this outlook is now a calculated rating. It's based on what I call both positive criteria and negative criteria. So positive criteria, add stars, negative criteria, subtract stars. So if you want to see how he got that 5-star rating, let's click on Michael Thomas and just take a look. Okay, right. Positive criteria, contract year next season. Hold on, let's make our pick and we can go back and look at that. So we were going to get Davante Adams, right? There he is.
Love him, grab him, scoop him up. That's a steal.
Nice. Saquon and Adams, I like our team already. So, but you can see here for Michael Thomas, right? Contract year next season, high reliability, high consistency, wide receiver 2 volume. That's just all positives. What negative criteria does he have? He doesn't have any negative criteria. So I really like that. I really like that as a guy.
He's going to steal some red zone receptions potentially. But I love Thomas.
But I mean, if we look at Davante Adams, look at this. Davante Adams, he's got high reliability, high consistency, wide receiver 2 volume. His only negative is there's a new offensive coordinator. But frankly, that's just one small negative against all that positive. I'm totally fine with Davante Adams.
I love the research. I love the research. Okay, let's take a look at number 3 here. These are your best available 3rd round guys in order of your criteria. So you've done all the legwork for us.
Right. So again, all the highest value players are at the top of the list. And one thing I want to just mention here is that most people don't realize when people are looking at the 3rd round of their draft, they're all thinking, well, all these guys are probably worth about the same. They have about the same value for my team. But that is not the case. Look at the difference between the top value player and the bottom value player on this list. Top value player, 24th value. Bottom ranked player, Kenyon Drake, 79th value, all right? All these guys are going at this point of the draft. You got to stay away from the overvalued players that are sitting at the bottom of your list.
Can sheepsist rankings, yes.
Exactly, man. And
let's go back to the draft. Let's focus on that.
Yeah,
what are they saying? They're saying that we should draft. I know what you're saying. So they're saying we should draft. So there's some overvalued players here at number 3 for sure.
Yes, but let's take a look. But Stephon Diggs, Golden Tate, Josh Gordon are at the top of the list. I'm not thrilled with Josh Gordon with just a 2-star rating, but both Golden Tate and Stephon Diggs are on contract here. Look at that. Stephon Diggs is right there.
I like him.
It's a great choice to pair with Adams this year. He's playing for a big contract.
Go for it. And I like him ahead of Thielen. Okay. If he stays healthy, he's the wide receiver 1 there.
I totally agree. And the other thing is Thielen's not on a contract this year. Diggs is going to be playing harder. He's going to be lobbying hard to get the targets.
Thielen's not a touchdown guy either. Go look at his stats. He's more of a receiver guy, but I think Diggs there. With the new quarterback too, I don't know how Thielen's going to connect, right? So it's going to be interesting.
All right. So here we go. Let's just move on. So I hope the viewers are getting an idea of how easy this is, man. We just go back to the app, click on round number 4, and here again, top players coming up at the top of the list: Amari Cooper, Marvin Jones, Aaron Rodgers. All right. So if you want to get yourself an elite quarterback,
Right.
round 4 is the round to get Aaron Rodgers. All right. Let's see here. But if I can see a bunch of running backs that cluster around this age, like we got Sony Michel, Rashad Penny, Jay Ajayi, Royce Freeman.
Right.
Tons of options here, all good value. Who do you like?
I like a lot of people at this round, man. I'm really, really high on Royce Freeman this year. But when it comes to rookie running backs, we do a whole episode on that, breaking them down. I mean, tons of upside with a lot of these guys. Sony Michel, I do like. I just don't like his committee. But yeah, man, we got to make a choice here. Give me, give me
Royce Freeman is available if you want to take him.
Sorry, give me Freeman. Let's go with him. I like him. He's in no committee, and Elway has said he wants him to be a 3-down back. So let's take a risk and roll the dice. For those who don't like to gamble, I don't recommend this, but I do like Royce Freeman.
What I like to say is gamble on one player in your first 6 picks. I mean, if you're gonna roll the dice, just do it on one though. Don't start stacking.
I'm a little crazier. I tend to gamble maybe 3 out of 6 on the first 6. I'm crazy. Like I had Kareem Hunt last year early, so. All right, number 5. So we're moving into the 5th round.
You were huge on Kareem. I remember that. So,
I love the tool. I love the tool because you can go in here and you got a massive advantage because you're looking at guys and the research is kind of done for you, and all that criteria with all these with the coaches and all that and the upside and all that is kind of put into this and integrated.
Right. And like also I got all these little icons next to the player names. What do those mean? Well, they're little shortcut icons that tell you important information, like that gold dollar sign. That means that player's on a contract year this season. All right. The glass, I call that the big contract hangover. That means that player signed a big multi-year contract extension, and because of that, I don't like those players. I find them higher risk because I find they don't try as hard as they did before they had that big contract, right?
That's the glass. Yeah.
So there's all this information. You can look down here. Mark Ingram down here. You got the little jail cell suspended for the first 4 games, right? So he's not going to be playing.
That is funny.
But on the flip side, Mark Ingram's got an upward trend in his usage. Past 3 seasons, each year he's had more and more opportunities. I really like that. That's always nice to see, a positive progression in their usage in the offense. So let's see here. Well, we got a couple of picks. When you're looking at this list, who do you like best? Because, we still haven't taken a tight end yet, but we got Greg Olsen up, Evan Engram. If you want to go wide receiver, we got Sammy Watkins, we got Marvin Jones, Chris Hogan, who I actually really like, given that Edelman is out for the first 4 games. If you want to go quarterback, we got Tom Brady that's still available. What do you think?
Well, I was looking at it, and, do we have – what other quarterbacks do we have? Because I really like Russell Wilson. Is he gone? I'm a big Russell. Where do you have Russell Wilson?
No, he's still there. I mean, if we go to quarterback – oh, yeah, he's still like 4 quarterbacks away. I don't think we need to take him this round.
I'm a big Russell Wilson guy, but where do you have Russell Wilson on yours? What is your outlook on Russell Wilson based on your criteria?
Well, why don't we make our pick real quick here, and then we can talk about Russell Wilson because he's getting dinged. So let's see here. Mark Ingram, again, we were talking about him. I say we take him. I think –
I wouldn't draft him.
We've already got 2 running backs. We put him on the bench for 4 weeks. He comes back in October. He's going to kill it.
Hey, well, I'm not. This is just Jimmy's picks here. This is just. I don't like Ingram because of the suspension, but yeah, I mean, definitely upside there when he gets back. Huge. He's a touchdown machine.
So let's go to Russell Wilson. Okay, when do we need to target Russell Wilson? Okay, we can get him in the 6th. See, I figured it was too early to take him in the 5th. Again, there's still 3 quarterbacks ahead of him. I'm not worried. But if we want Russell Wilson, we should take him in the next round. Okay. And certainly Russell Wilson is amazing. He is a one-man do-it-all. But I am very nervous about Seattle's prospects this season. And truthfully, I would much rather have Cam Newton if I'm going to take a quarterback this early, because I just like the prospects of the Panthers way more than I like Seattle.
I can see that. He's got CMC, DJ Moore, Greg Olsen's back. I mean, there's tons of upside with Newton. I kind of see your point of view on that.
Right. So do you want to go quarterback, or let's look at what else is available? Again, tight end, Greg Olsen, Delaney Walker, Evan Engram, those guys are still available on the list. We could go wide receiver and get ourselves a Watkins or Cup or Funchess.
I like to wait on tight end, but I do believe I had Greg Olsen in my top 3. I wouldn't mind going Greg Olsen.
Okay, let's make sure that he is still available here. He might have. It's always hard to tell with tight ends. No, he's still sitting there.
He might be gone by the time we come up. We still got five ahead of us or so. We're moving quick there.
Yeah, he might be, but he's still far enough down the list. I don't think people are seeing him yet. So that works to our advantage. Oh, yeah, there he is. Look, you can't even see him from the top of the list. So I think we're good.
So if you guys see what's happening here, essentially, everybody, this is replacing cheat sheets and draft kits. You just have this tab open. There's a link below to get this this tool here and leverage it. And basically, you have an extra tool in your arsenal. Now, you don't have to take everything he says, but you can put your opinion in there too. But there is a significant advantage because the consensus rankings come out every single year, and every single year they're wrong. You're better off using a tool that's well-researched like this than just basically going with the ADP and putting it on a draft. And Jim, one of the biggest things here, Jimmy, is that a lot of people, especially the casual fan, gets lost after the 8th or 9th round. What do you do?
Oh, sure.
Everything is
right. Exactly. We're moving into those middle rounds right now where people don't know the players as well.
Right.
And again, you're going to still have all this information as far as their outlook rating, their consistency, their reliability, their value. And so you can find the value guys. It's going to be super easy. So let's go ahead and take Greg Olsen. I mean, did someone just take him? Oh, look, he just went 2 before us.
Okay. What else? What else we got here?
We got Delaney Walker and Evan Engram. We can always go QB. So if you want to get Cam.
Yeah, go grab Cam Newton. Grab Cam Newton.
Okay, we'll grab him. All right. I don't usually want to grab a quarterback this early because, shoot, I get Rivers in like the 11th or 12th round. But
we're just so busy talking and stuff, having a good time. But everyone's getting a feel for who's going when, and that's kind of the whole premise here. Because later rounds, I mean, I just did a video. Go back and check my last video on later rounds and some strategies. Guys, it's all about the later rounds. That's where you can get that sleeper guy that can break out. So let's take a look at our next round. What round are we on? 7, right?
We're in round 7 now. Yeah. So, and now this is kind of unusual, right? Because the highest value guy has the worst outlook. And Kelvin Benjamin, man, I just don't want anything to do with Buffalo this year. Just like, right. I mean, you don't even know who the quarterback's going to be yet. And best case scenario is either a rookie or AJ McCarron. I'm just like, no thanks, especially for a receiver. But we got some good receiver options, man. Look, Cooper Kupp, Devontae Parker, Jamison Crowder, who I particularly like. I think he's going to bounce back really strongly this year.
It could with Smith.
And he's on a contract year.
That could be a connection with Alex Smith. Alex Smith can make something out of this guy.
Yeah, exactly. As far as running backs, we want to go Tevin Coleman, which is a great option for PPR, right? Chris Thompson, who I like, but he's not as durable. And Tariq Cohen, which I don't really like him here, but what do you think? Who do you like there?
I like Parker or Anderson. I just heard that offense is going to really use Robbie Anderson as long as his off-field issues don't affect them. Let's go back and see if Anderson's available.
Oh, he should still be there. Let's take a look.
We're coming up too.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Parker.
He should make it. He should be fine.
The thing is, Jimmy, it's like now with Landry gone, there's a lot of targets to be had for Devontae Parker. So, you get Devontae Parker. 161 targets, I believe it was for Landry. And he's not there anymore. So someone's got to fill those shoes. I think it might be the tight end Gesicki. It could be a late round sleeper, or it could be Devontae Parker or Stills. We don't know.
Yeah. I totally agree. I would actually prefer Parker to someone like Anderson because, again, I don't really like the quarterback situation in New York for the Jets. So what do you think?
Let's take Parker.
I'm good with Parker.
Parker's a wide receiver 1. You're getting good value there.
Absolutely. And see, Parker, he offers a value of 60, but we picked him, in the 8th round. Or 7th round here, so we got good value off that pick, so that was very good. So let's move on. Let's take a look at the 8th round. So again, Kelvin Benjamin is still there at the top. So what does it mean when the same player is at the top of the list on 2 consecutive rounds? What that means is his expected draft position is right around the later pick. So in the 8th round, Kelvin Benjamin, like his expected draft position is 89, and we have pick that's right around 89 or 88. Oh. Let's go back here and see what we got. We still got Tevin Coleman there sitting there on the list. But Jamison Crowder, Sterling Shepard, Marquise Lee, there's some good options. I do kind of like the idea of taking another running back, though. What do you think about Tevin?
Tevin Coleman, they already said that he's going to get his volume. What you see is what you get out of him. Who else do we have
Yeah.
at running back? Go to all positions and go to running back. Let's see who the best available running back is. I know it's Coleman, but I want to see if there's anyone else. How about Marlon Mack? I
Yeah.
like him. I like Marlon. He's
Oh,
still
really? You like Marlon Mack, huh? I'm just not sure I'm willing for that. You know what? I'm going to make a call. I'm going to take
Go
Tevin
Coleman.
just because I know his role in the offense, and I don't trust anybody on Indianapolis this year unless Andrew Luck is playing football, right?
All right,
I got to see him playing football before I will take anyone from
that
Indianapolis.
was a little biased here. Look, I got the Colts hat here. That was a little bit of a biased pick. Is bias one of your criteria? There's no bias in this tool, is there? I hope not.
There's no bias, but you could use the filters to your bias. I mean, there's all I got. Like I said, I got all these filters. This is showing you what I filtered out. So I filtered out people with consistency rating of less than 4 out of 10. If they have an injury issue, I've filtered them off the list. If they move to a new team, I filtered them off the list. Overvalued running backs and wide receivers I've taken off the list. And if the running back's over age 28, I've also removed them on the list. But
that's
I got
amazing.
all these filters you can use.
That is amazing.
Right? And so it just totally flips your draft prep on its head, because instead of having to do research as to every running back's birthday to make sure that you're not drafting a guy that's too old, you just say, I don't want to see any running backs over the age of 28. Boom, they're off the list. You just set the criteria, and if they don't meet that criteria, they're gone. So,
I love it because I don't like running backs over the age of 30. I can get rid of those guys. Get the heck off my screen.
Absolutely, man. And I've actually – all right, it's already back to us. Look, we got Kenny Stills, Sterling Shepard, Rashard Matthews, who looks like a nice option here with a contract year in Tennessee. Nelson Aguilar. Who are you liking there? You want to go wide receiver?
I personally I think Aguilar has a good year. Our Stills could be huge upside this year. But we already got the other guy.
Oh, we already took another Dolphin.
I want to leave this up to you. It's your tool here, Pick somebody that you
Let's go. Let's go get Nelson. We'll go get Nelson. There he is. Boom.
Nice. He'll be safe.
All right.
And steady.
So let's look at how we're sitting right now on our team. So we've got 4 wide receivers. We've got 4 running backs. I love that balance. I love that. We have not taken a tight end yet. We should probably look at that.
Let's take a look at some tight end. We were looking at Olsen, but that didn't work out for us.
Yeah, we didn't. We ended up doing it. So let me filter for tight end.
Okay.
And we'll go to the 10th round. Who's available? Charles Clay. Oh, I like Charles Clay, actually. And I was saying I don't like Buffalo, but I take Clay at this part.
He's been consistent.
He's
been consistent.
Yeah. Anyone else here? Yeah, we're kind of like scraping the bottom of the barrel. We're probably just going to end up streaming tight ends on this team. But we got Clay.
I like George Kittle.
I don't trust that guy.
I like George Kittle. He's got upside. He's not a guy you want to start, but he has upside.
Well, we can wait on him. We don't need to take him yet. We only need to take Clay if we want to take Clay.
What
do you think? You want to wait?
Go with Clay. Let's secure a tight end. Let's go see what happens.
Okay, that sounds good. All right. So let's jump back. We're going to go to the 11th round. We're almost done with this, man. We're just cruising right through this draft. That's pretty good. So let's look and see who's available. Go back to the all. And so this round, we've got Tyler Lockett, who actually might not be a bad choice here. I know he's never really done anything, but, they lost so much offensive firepower on that team. You think he's got to step up, right?
He's got some upside.
Martavis Bryant also. I think he's a good option.
They acquired him for a reason. Give us our boy Martavis Bryant. How about that? Good value.
All right. Well, yeah. So let's just jump back here and see how things are happening. We got a little bit of time here to wait. So this is a part you could just edit a chunk of time out here.
Hey, Jimmy, why don't you go over to the right side there? Go to the right side where all the picks are and go to the first round. Let's see what our first round looked like. Just to recap there on the right side of ESPN there. No, yeah. Go all the way to the top.
This part?
Yeah. Let's take a look. So everyone went Bell, Gurley, Kamara, Zeke, Johnson, Brown, Barkley. Okay, who else was there? Yeah, it looks like a typical first round there, Everybody looks pretty standard.
That seems pretty reasonable for a PPR league. I think that's pretty realistic as far as what to expect.
I do see Dalvin
certainly,
Cook
I think probably the hardest draft position is going to be the 8th draft position, because it's going to be all those elite running backs, right? And Antonio Brown, and you're going to have to figure out who you want outside of that. I think that's probably the toughest pick of the draft this year. It's got to be 8.
What is your tool? We're going to get to our pick in a second. After we make our pick, I want to see what your tool thinks of Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook, I have him at 1 star right now, but that's just because of the injury designation. Once I see him, if he's playing, if he's a full participant in practice and he's getting some reps in on
games,
I'm going to eliminate that injury risk, and that's going to jump him up probably to 4 stars, I would guess. But, he does have that durability risk, and I'm not sure if I'm willing to take that, or I just take Latavius Murray as a handcuff to him if I take him. He's one of the few that I would actually handcuff if I was going to take him. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm not really high on Cook. Again, the injury scares me, so I would probably rank him a 1 star too. I'm not going to draft him where he's going, end of first round, early second. That's too early for me for a guy who's only played a few games. He was averaging 111 points from scrimmage, but still scary. I need to see more.
Yeah. So Martavis Bryant is available. You want to take him?
Let's do it.
I think that's a good choice. I think it's a great choice for the 11th round.
All right.
Pick. So let's go and take a look at 12th here. And as you can see, it's kind of thinned out because of these filters we have in place. So it's only showing you a couple of players that actually hit the criteria that you asked for. So, look, it's got a quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo, Latavius Murray as a running back, and Albert Wilson as a wide receiver.
Well, take the
you already have a
filters
Miami
off.
wide receiver.
What filters did you add? Take them off.
Okay, here, I'll just turn off the filters. We'll see everybody. There we go.
That's
I'm sorry.
12th round.
There we go. Oh, it's not a great round. Look at how terrible these choices. This is why you wait, you take your quarterback on this round, right?
Yeah.
There's still actually some good ones. You got Mahomes, you got Mahomes. I always call him Mahomes. I'm just terrible with that.
Yeah, your pronunciation, you're probably going to get ripped in the comments for some of your pronunciation, but that's what they do. That's what they do.
I'm okay. I understand.
Yeah.
I have terrible pronunciation at times.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the Los Angeles Rams as a defense. If you want to take a defense early, I never do, but
I wait.
I like the Rams. Obviously quarterbacks, Bilal Powell. Not a lot. There's just not a lot of great options here. Tyler Lockett is still sitting available. I liked him from the previous round. Why don't we just take him?
Pull the trigger on Lockett. There you go.
He's got upside. So there you go. There's our 12 teams. So let's review what we got. So we got Cam Newton as our quarterback.
Yeah.
We got Barkley, Freeman, Ingram, Coleman as our running backs. Okay, we got Adams, Diggs, Parker, Aguilar, Bryant, and Lockett as our wide receivers. We really loaded up on wide receivers.
Tons of depth.
Yeah, Clay. Yeah, and Clay is our tight end. How would you rate this team? What do you think?
Out of 10, I mean, that's a 7.5. I really like Adams and Diggs. I love the running backs with Freeman and Barkley. But again, there's a bit of a risk, right? Because we didn't secure that solid running back with minimal committee. Yeah, Barkley, but he's a bit of a risk. He still is a rookie. Love him, but still have a risk. Newton's got his upside. He's safe and steady. And again, tons of upside on the bench with Parker could really break out. Martavis could have a great year. Aguilar safe and steady. I mean, it's a pretty solid team. I'll give it 7.5. I'm just not really high on Mark Ingram because of that suspension. And he isn't a committee. And I really try to stray away from running backs in any type of committee, period. So I give it a solid 7.5. That's my review.
Yeah, I think if I was to rate this, I'd say if I had to do it over again, I'd probably take a tight end earlier. Ingram, I think we got good value on him. And I think once he comes back, he's in a really solid situation on that team. This is his age 28 season, which I call peak running back. That's when you are at your peak. I expect good things out of him. So I'm not worried about taking him, and I'm not no problem keeping him on my bench.
Okay, let's review your tool here. Let's review your tool and how to find you and what the cost is and all that stuff. All
right, so here's where you need to go. Go to ffmaverick.com, and you need to create an account. The app only costs $5 for unlimited access to it, but you can access a restricted version of the app where you can go in there and take a look at it, see our standard point list, and also there's a Superflex list that you can access called FFE But that'll allow you to go in and you can poke around. It's going to auto pick us something for us.
That's okay. We're past the 12th round. So where do you go? ffmaverick.com and get the tool. And again, you don't need any cheat sheets anymore. Everything is done for you. It's a good guide. Don't forget the draft kits and all that. This is going to cover you guys. It's a great tool.
Yeah, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me about it. I really enjoyed seeing you at the NFFC conference that we were at last weekend. Right. And like I said, I'm ready to just rock the house this season with my teams. I mean, this tool is just going to help you just absolutely nail every pick in the draft. It's going to be no bad picks when you use my app.
I'm super excited. Thanks for coming on, everybody. Get the tool, ffmaverick.com. And again, get any type of advantage. And that's what I'm all about. That's why I do the video training, Jimmy. It's like, I want to give everybody as much advantage as possible, but this is really thorough. I like it. There's so many really cool features and filters and stuff like that. I don't like a running back over 30. I don't got to worry about them. And I get to filter that out. I don't need a pen and paper. We're in 2018, everybody. Get with the program. And get this tool. It's going to change your life. Not even your fantasy life. It's going to change your life. Get with the technology.
That's right, Joseph. I appreciate the kind words.
All right, we'll talk soon, Jimmy. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Hey, thank you very much.
Bye for now.